Well, hello and welcome back. Apparently, there's a glitch in the matrix today because I didn't see the outbound video, and I'm not sure you did either. I do see that there are some folks watching, and thank you for joining. My name is Frank Lavinia, and you can catch me at Frank Digs Data, franksworld.com, datadriven.tv, and of course, impactquantum.com. The couple of interesting things have happened today. One, got more coffee, and we all know how important that is. But if you're on LinkedIn, you look, there's actually an announcement today that the US and the UK um, signed an AI safety agreement. Now, I don't have time right now because I'm rushing up against a another meeting. Um, but what I find particularly interesting is what I find particularly interesting is this notion of safety. And while I do think AI safety is important, it is critical. It's important. I've said multiple times before that we are at a critical juncture for our species. And I don't say that like, whoops, there we go. I don't say that lightly. But I also think that there might be certain concerns around this, right? And oddly enough, and I took this as a sign from God, the universe, whatever, that this needs to be looked into because I turned on my TV and I have a Samsung TV, which I don't know where the remote is right now, but it's up there. And I happened to turn on, so Samsung TVs, they have TV Plus. I know Vizio has something similar. It's like 1,000 channels, no joke. And one of the channels is Bloomberg Originals. And I usually like to watch Bloomberg throughout the day. But one of the things that got me was Emily, I forget her last name, uh, their tech reporter, is interviewing Sam Altman. And Sam Altman was talking about kind of the fear of AI. And he was talking about the holy bleep moments that are going on. It's a very interesting interview. I definitely want to watch it later. I'm pretty sure it's a podcast too. Um, but he was talking about, people are afraid of AI and how, the Emily Chang, I think is her name. She was joking with with him about, hey, you could need to get a bunker. And he goes, "Oh, bunker won't help you with AI." And it was an interesting kind of thing. And they were talking about the big red button, the kill switch, all these things. And he's like, "Well, it's kind of a joke, but he's not afraid, but he's taking it seriously." And clearly, this guy is um, well aware of not just what's out right now, but what's coming around the corner. So when he speaks, there used to be an ad for an investment brokerage firm. I forget who it was, but it was like when he speaks, people listen. I think we need to listen to him, but we also need to keep in mind that he has a an agenda of his own. But it's interesting to hear this, and when you see kind of governments are very afraid of this technology too. And there was a segment in an interview, which unfortunately I can't catch the whole thing, but he was basically comparing it to nuclear biological weapons, and which I think is a bit extreme. Oh yeah, you can see the video there. So there's a little bit of the interview there. I think he and I had the same haircut. But it's interesting to hear him talk about this. So I find it fascinating that we're talking about this some 2 years on from, or a year and a half on, more or less, from the rise of ChatGPT. There was also a segment that I caught the tail end of where he was talking about the AI chat agents and chatbots, how people are getting emotionally attached to them. And he was talking about how language is how we interact with other humans. So he's clearly a smart guy. Like, I don't think that's in doubt. Um, his commitment to openness, I think, is in doubt, as it should be. But with that in mind, I just thought it'd be interesting to point out that AI safety is no April Fool's joke. And obviously, probably better time for yesterday, that post title, but here we are. So with that in mind, you have a fantastic rest of your day. Maybe I'll stream later, maybe not. The kids are still home from spring break, so probably not. So signing off with a fresh cup of coffee from Frank's World.